Good morning to all of you. In the previous class, we have already discussed what is Lami's theorem and how it is used for solving different mechanical problems. And today in this video lecture, we are going to discuss a problem which is going to be used or which is going to be solved by the application of a Lami's theorem. So let us discuss what is the problem is. And the question is given as two equal heavy spheres of 50 mm radius are in equilibrium within a smooth curve of 150 mm radius, so that the reaction between the curve end of one sphere is double than that between the two spheres. So in the question, this is given that there are two spheres which are equal, that is having the same radius of 50 mm, and they are in equilibrium within a curve which is having the radius of 150 mm. And finally we have to show that the reaction which is imposing between the curve and sphere is double than the reaction which is existing between the two spheres. So according to my question, this is the diagram which I have drawn, and these are my two spheres which are equal as the radius is same, and they are in equilibrium within this big curve which is having my radius is 150 mm. And now in this diagram I have already drawn it, and the center of this particular curve is I have taken as O, and the center of these two small spheres, they are as A and B, and the sphere is in contact with the curve at point D and at point E. Now if I am going to draw the free body diagram, then how it will look like, just see it. This particular sphere is in contact with this particular curve at this point D. So obviously my curve will impose me a reaction force at this particular point, and I have taken this reaction force as my capital R. Similarly, in this particular second wall also, this is in contact between the curve at my point E. So obviously my curve will impose a reaction force to this particular sphere at this particular point E, and let the reaction is same, that is again I have taken the name as my capital R. Again just see that the two spheres are in contact with this particular point, and let this point is my point C. Then obviously my this particular sphere will give me a reaction to this particular sphere, and in the same way this particular sphere will give me a reaction force to this particular sphere. So suppose I am going to draw the free body diagram of one particular sphere, then I have to consider only all the reactions which is acting on this particular sphere only, and I have to forget rest all of the actions and reaction forces. Then I have to go for my equilibrium. Then what I have said, I have already written all these things. Just see it. The radius of the spheres is 50 mm, radius of the curve is 150 mm, and the two spheres with centers, this is the sphere having center A, and this is the sphere having center B. They are lying in equilibrium in the curve with O as center. So this is my center of the curve, that is O, and this is particular my curve. The two spheres touch at point C. These are the two spheres which are contacting at my point C and touch the curve at point D and E. So these are the point where the spheres are getting contacting with my curve, that is point D, and this is my point E. Now I am taking, let R equals to reaction between the sphere and curve. These are my reaction, and this is another reaction which the sphere is imposing with this particular curve. Then S is the reaction between the two spheres at C. As these two spheres are in contact with each other at this particular point C, so they will also give me my reaction, let it be S. Now just see from this particular geometry of this particular figure, what I can impose. Just see this O to D, that is my radius of this particular curve, that is given as my 150 mm. Radius of the curve is given as 150. So from my point O up to my point D, this distance is my 150 mm. Again the radius of this particular sphere is given as my 50 mm. So this A to D, this distance is 50. So what will be the distance A to O? This total is 150. This one is 50. So obviously my O to A will be 150 minus 50, or this will be my 100 mm. Similarly, if I am going to calculate the distance between A and B, what will be it? This is A to C. This is the radius of my sphere. This is 50 mm. This is again the radius of the sphere, C to B, that is again 50 mm. So my total A to B will be 50 plus 50. So this is my 100 mm. Similarly, if I am going to calculate the distance between O to B, what will be this? So this is the total distance O to E. This is my radius of the curve. This is 150 mm which is given. Now the radius of this particular sphere is B to E. This is again 50 mm, which is given in the question. So now what will be the distance from my O to B? This will be 150 minus this 50. So entirely this will be O to B will be 100 mm. So previously already I have calculated my A to O is 100 mm. Similarly A to B is again 100 mm and my B to O is again 100 mm. Or I can say the triangle which is formed by ABO, that is a equilateral triangle. So equilateral triangle means all the sides of my triangle will be same. So these three sides are same, so the angle between them will be same. That is total angle of the triangle is 180 degree. So each angle will be 180 by 3, or that will be equivalent to my 60 degree. So angle OAB equals to angle OBA equals to angle AOB, and all are my 60 degree each. So if now I am going to simply draw the force diagram or the free body diagram for my one sphere, let it be my sphere, this one, then what it will be look like. So I have drawn it over here, just see it. This is my reaction force R. So as the reaction force that can be enlarged anywhere along its line of action, so I am drawing it over here, this one. This was my force and I am drawing it over here, because along the line of action of the force I can transpose it to anywhere, because the effect will remain constant. That is nothing but my law of transmissibility. So fine, so I am writing the reaction over here. Now this reaction force which is imposing on this particular sphere is this was my reaction force S. So I am drawing it over here. So I am drawing it, that is my reaction S, and this is the weight of the ball, because any ball means that has some weight, and the weight will always act in the vertically downward direction. So this is my weight W. So just see it. Now I can go for calculating my angles. Already I have calculated the angle OAB, that is 60 degree, or the angle which the reaction R is making with respect to my horizontal is 60 degree. So I am directly writing it at 60 degree. Now just see it. This is the straight line. That means the entire angle is my 180 degree. So what will be this angle? This is 180 minus 60, or this will be 120 degree. Now this is my horizontal, this is my vertical. So obviously this will be my 90 degree angle. So now this is 180, this is 90. So what will be the rest angle? That is 360 degree minus 180 plus 90. So this will be the angle. And we know that if all the three forces are known and the angle between all these three forces are already calculated, that I can easily use my Lame's theorem. So now I am going to apply my Lame's theorem to find all these unknown reaction forces. So now here I am writing applying Lame's theorem. So what is the statement? The proportion of the forces with the front of its angle, sine of its angle, will be equal. So I am writing it over here. So this is my force, that is R. So R divided by sine of the front angle. So the reaction force front angle is this angle. So this is my 90. So this will be R divided by sine of 90 degree is equivalent to, now I am suppose writing for this particular force. So S divided by the reaction S front angle is, this is my angle. So what will be this? This is sine this total entire angle. So this is 60 and this is my 90. So the angle will be 90 plus 60, or that will be equivalent to my 150 degree. So I am writing over here, this is sine 150 degree is equivalent to the last force, that is my W. So W divided by its front angle is this one, that is 120. So I have to write sine 120 degree. Now I am going to solve this particular equation to find the relation between this reaction between the cup and one sphere and between the two spheres. So this is by equating these two terms, I am writing this R will be equivalent to S sine 90 degree divided by sine 150 degree. So we know that the value of my sine 90 is 1. So this is S divided by, and the value of sine 150, this is my half. So this is 1 by 2. If I am going to rearrange this particular term, I am getting 2 times your S, which we have to show that the reaction between the cup and one sphere. Cup and sphere, the reaction I have taken is R. So this is R is equivalent to double than that between the two spheres. So the reaction between the two spheres was S. So this is R is 2 times your S. So we have already proved it, that is, so reaction between cup and sphere is double than the reaction between two spheres. Thank you.